Nothing we say is investment advice. Please pause on all 3 pages of this disclaimer and read it.
Good morning, everybody. Cowboy here, and aka Nick, and we are already in a trade. As a matter of fact, I sent this trade out to the Algo Factory crew just so they could see it for educational purposes only, right? We actually do that. I will, if I see like a really solid trade, I will share that with the Algo Factory crew. And, that way they get to see how I do my thing. Now, they should be making sure that they do their own research and, take trades based on their own type research, right? So that's the whole thing there. All right, good. So this is USDJPY. It does look like we're going to see a continuation down. I will probably be moving stop to entry though, because this move isn't terribly strong. So once I see this get past a certain point, I'll move stop to entry. I will share that with the Algo Factory group so they can see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Just also, so you know, we have a special day. We have live trading with Miko. So he's going to come on. I actually have to send him the link still. I hit the ground running today. You'll notice that I was a little bit late to start the show, which is atypical. I'm usually a pretty punctual type guy. But today just hit the ground running, had something kind of pop up that I had to deal with, dealt with it. And here we are. So Miko will join us at some point soon. But before we get into all of that, of course, we have some live trading here and now. And we've got NASDAQ showing some strength, right? Just a little bit. We're going to zoom out. We're going to take a look at whether or not we think the NASDAQ and the stock market is going to continue up. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, so on and so forth. Okay, so let me go ahead and look, the NASDAQ is bullish. Let me tell you right now. I know everybody is thinking that tariff news, this and that and the other. I continue to tell you that the markets must go up. Now, we can see pullbacks on the way up, which is what we basically saw. NASDAQ typically will pull back to a prior high. The same is with Bitcoin as well. It just doesn't really look the same way. But if you look over time on the NASDAQ, if you really zoom out, you'll let's actually go to the weekly so I can demonstrate this properly. There tends to be a large pullback every so often. The last large pullback was in the true tariff tantrum back in February, right? And when it pulled back to a prior high. So this is a weekly chart. This is going back like 5 years on the NASDAQ, and this does affect crypto and everything else. So stay tuned for the crypto talk. But what you have here is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Very clear trend. And you'll notice that when this broke down in February in the tariff tantrum, when everybody was panicking, it was very predictable where it would go. And I predicted it and told everybody how this might go. And here you are with the top right here of the prior move up back in 2021, prior to the special military operation, aka invasion of Ukraine, depending on your point of view, however you want to use those words. When Russia went into Ukraine, we saw the markets fall. Okay, so here is your top. Price bounced right off of that. The little pullback that we just saw this week is nothing compared to what that was. This was was this weekly. So the pullback in 2021-22 lasted a good 9 months to a year. There's a big pullback during the Biden admin. And then we're now looking at a quick pullback for the tariff tantrum that lasted about 8 weeks, something like that. It really didn't go very long. We can measure it if you like. It lasted, so 7 weeks, 8 weeks, and it wasn't back to the prior price for another, it was like a 17-week type situation, but it was a V-shaped recovery. And what we're seeing right now is nothing. And at some point, though, this will pull back most likely and come to this top right here. I don't think we're quite there yet. I think whatever causes that is going to have to be a bigger event. We have more than 3 years worth of Trump left. So there is, I'd say if we're going to see a pullback, it would happen very soon and then be fixed by the midterm elections, which is next year. It might be that markets continue up and then will drop after the midterm elections. Okay, so we are at a point in history where the markets will move according to political reasons. And the reason that can be done is that money and the price of money is controllable. Right. So that's how that works. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin and take a look at the EUR/USD, because that is also after Bitcoin. We look at the euro because that's what this was about. And then we're going to flip over to Miko, who is waiting in the background because he is going to do some live trading. So we did have with Bitcoin this head and shoulders pattern. It did attempt to break out and get pushed right back up. That gives me the feeling that it will remain in the range that we have been seeing for some time now. The bottom of that range being about 108, 107. It's a strong support from the past. So let me delete the head and shoulders. Not to say it's no longer valid, but we're just going to go ahead and take a good look at everything before we think too hard about what's going to happen. Now, Bitcoin does seem like it either needs to take a break on the way up, or it needs to pull back, one of the two, and maybe a combination of both. We have seen a pullback already. We have a pullback from an all-time high at 126,000 all the way down to a 102. This is a pretty big move. It's about, if you count the all-time high, right, going back to Monday the 6th, this is going to be like a 20% pullback. Via the Gorilla, how are you, sir?
Hey, good morning, buddy.
We're just talking about Bitcoin's pullback. So, and we're
Pull back
talking
some
about
more.
no, just the one that happened last week. So it was on October the 6th at 126,000, and it pulled back 18%. That's pretty big if you count the whole pullback from the top, right? But the 1 day pullback was something like 8%. It actually pulled back a lot more than that, and then that candle got bought right up. And what I'm seeing here, and what it looks like to me, just looking at the price action, is that this ended up being a liquidity tap. Price was ranging between, again, about 108 and 125,000, and it just grabbed a bunch of liquidity down below 104. It looks to me like the smart money understood that Trump's announcement on Friday of, this and Xi Jinping and that was meant to scare the markets, and the markets came right back up after the smart money was able to fill their longs down around 100,000. Now, I'll remind everybody that when that happened, I told everybody at Algo Factory that, hey, Trump does this. It's his pattern. He makes a big, crazy announcement on a Friday, and then by Monday, Tuesday of next week, he's already walked it back. Market stabilized. And lo and behold, Sunday, that is exactly what happened. So the market, first of all, before that even happened, the market got bought up immediately. More than half that candle, that nasty, nasty candle, got bought up same day. The next day, we had a little bit of rotation. And then finally on Sunday, the comments made about Xi Jinping and, tariffs and all that were walked back. Price started to stabilize at the bottom of the range. And this is pretty much what I thought would happen. It was one of the main scenarios that I pointed out. So as it stands right now, it looks to me like price will remain for the moment above 108,000. It's going to have to stabilize, find its place. I'm not saying it won't go below 108. I'm saying it's in a range right now, and range traders are probably long. All right. So let's take a look at the Kingfisher really quick. And then we're going to take a brief look at the euro, but I'll bring Miko on before that. Just so you know, V, we got Miko in the background. He wants to do some live trading today as well.
Nice.
But we will still cover, some other geopol, but it will remain on YouTube, so we cannot give away too much of the secret sauce. So did you have secret sauce today, or are we just going to look at the markets as usual?
We're going to look at the markets as usual.
Okay. If it's a secret
I'll
sauce,
have some secret sauce next week regarding metals. So
okay, like what kind of metals?
Both silver and gold.
Oh, it's precious.
Silver and gold.
All right, so a lot of liquidity right at 112, 175. That's really close to price. I mean, there's a heavy spike. Let me zoom in on this here so you can actually see it. Give me just a moment. Get rid of some of this gobbledygook. All right, this is the kingfisher.io. There's a link in the description if you want to use it. What I'm doing here is actually free. So you just spin a wheel to get credits, and you're able to use this tool. But the Kingfisher has a ton of tools that are extremely worth a lot of money. Feel free to sign up for it. Now, right here is liquidity. This is where a lot of liquidations are. A lot of people are short right now because they're probably panicking, and the market, I can almost guarantee you, is going to go against them. And that's how just markets do. and the liquidity, which is actually in this case liquidations, right? It's not the same kind of liquidity. You look at charts. These are where the exchanges have trades that will liquidate. Exchanges make a lot of money based on this information, and therefore the smart money will push price towards that. Now, it doesn't always work. The algos have to be in favor, but price is so close to this. There is a very high probability we will see price go to 112,300 right here today and maybe soon. So where is that on the chart? 112.3 is going to be right. I'm going to zoom in a bit, but it's basically right here. But I'm going to zoom in so you can see it, because that's a daily chart, and this matters probably on the half hour. So there's a fair amount of liquidity right here. So if you are scalping, okay, this is probably a place where price will make its way to. We're seeing price kind of range move. There was a range from, whatever yesterday, whenever that was. And now you are seeing a new range occur right here. So price just kind of deciding what it's going to do. Price did try to break down. This happened across markets too, by the way. Price tried to break down earlier this morning and then got pushed right back up. And now it's, again, caught more or less between 111,900 and about 110 to 110.3. So what may happen today is that price ranges a bit and then grabs this right here. So the way I would play this, if I were to play it, would be I would let price, unless I was on like a very low time frame chart, right? If I'm just kind of swing trading or like day trading, but not scalping, I would let price head to the bottom of this range. I'd look for a turnaround. I would get my orders in here. Now, this isn't investment advice, whatever. This is hypothetical. We're looking at charts. We're not looking at trades, right? And I would look for a trade, something like this. I'd catch the bottom of the range as best I can, put a stop below some key structure right here, and I would go all the way up to where the liquidity is. Understand, before you do that, that liquidity changes minute by minute. So what is on the chart now? It'll probably be there for a while, like 15, 20, 30 minutes, hour, half hour, 2-3 hours. It can be there for a while. But before you take your trade, make sure you are on the Kingfisher and you take a look at this data. People at Algo Factory can simply ask me for that data. That is one of the many beauties of Algo Factory. The last thing I'll do is we'll talk about the euro, because we talked about that in the show's title. And we're going to bring on Miko at that time. Now, I was wondering if the euro actually topped out. And actually, forgive me, not the euro, the USDJPY. And I'm in this trade right now. And you can see that the USDJPY has come to what I believe is the top and should head down. Now, I'm going to let Algo Factory know how I handle this trade, right? There's a way to handle a trade like this. The USDJPY is headed down after a hard move up. And the chances are, now I'm not counting on this trade-wise, but chances are that from here to here, that Sunday gap is probably going to get filled at some point. Might not be this week, might not be today. I'm not trading based on this, but this is an area that price may want to come down and equalize, right? When you have a big gap, gaps want to be filled. It just is how it is in markets. So right now, what I've done with my measurements is the trade that you see on the screen, which is now in profit and seems to be going well. So just a little bit of live trading, a little bit of a freebie for those who are watching Algo Factory on the YouTube's, Rumbles, X, and elsewise faithfully. So that's that. Now, if anybody in the comments while we're live has questions, go ahead and ask them. I'm going to bring Miko on. Miko's going to do some live trading as well. Between he and I, we will find trades today. We'll probably do this for about an hour, hour and a half at the most, because V and I have Ian Burlingame on Rogue today at 11 a.m. EST. So let's bring Miko on. Miko, sir, how are you? Don't tell me your audio is out.
No, I just had it on mute, mate. That was all. Good morning, everyone.
All right. I can hear you now, sir.
That's all. You can hear me now? All clear?
I hear you just fine, sir. You're good to go.
All righty. Well,
stand by, Miko. What you need to know right now is that we're on a bit of a delay. So it might be that it seems like I interrupt you, but it's just because there's a little bit of delay, probably because of where you are in the world. So there is that, right? So if I'm talking over you, just kind of hold off, listen to what I'm saying, and then respond to that. It's just so the audience can kind of see what's going on. But I'm going to set you loose here, Miko. So go for it, my friend.
Not a problem. All right. Yeah, same here. If I'm talking over you, let me know as well. Okay. Yeah, I did listen to the show yesterday as well. I'm not too sure how my voice is coming out online as well. Is it
Your
coming out
voice is
quite
coming
clear?
out
Or?
just fine, Miko. But what you might want to do whenever you're ready to show your trade is just make sure that you expand whatever screen you're looking at so
Yep.
the audience can see it.
Okay. Well, first of all, we'll go to the JPY, which you just took before. All right. So let's expand that. I'm using the 10-minute chart at the moment. So I entered on the, what was it, one? Let me go to my platforms. All right, I entered 151.15. I entered so around here, basically the top of the Kumo cloud again. I like my Kumo cloud trades.
Miko,
On
can you
Tuesday.
double click just outside of the Kumo cloud so we can get rid of the indicators in the bottom? It'll help people see what's going on.
Which on this side?
That's right. Anywhere outside of the Kumo cloud on the main area.
Yep.
Double click right there.
Yep.
Left click.
What would you like me to do? Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yep. Okay. Sorry about that. Yep. All right. So yeah, geez, okay. I want to get back to my 3 hour, so I can show the 3 hours. So that'll be escape. Sorry, I'm still an amateur at this stuff.
That's okay. To get back to your 3 hour, on the bottom right of the screen where you see the time, where it says 20, 30, blah blah blah, hit that other to the right of it, and then click on the 3 hour pane.
Got it there.
And then you can hit that same button once again to expand it. There you go. And then double click outside of the Kumo to give us a better view. There you are.
We got it again. All right, good. All righty. So yeah, geez, on Tuesday, that trade on Tuesday ended up playing out quite nice actually. Pity I didn't stay on it. Remember on Tuesday? Am I sharing the screen? Can you see it?
Yes, sir. We can see everything, and I see your box there. And just to remind the audience, Miko is a true scalper. This guy knows how to trade. I've watched him make money. And so he has these areas that he establishes with that yellow box that he can either trade inside of it or look for bounces off of it from the outside. So go ahead, Miko.
Okay, I'll quickly explain that, just so for whoever's watching that's new. Basically what I'll do is I'll go to whatever time frame. I'll pick the highest volume. It says the highest volume bar here, or the latest volume bar. This is the latest one here. So that's this bar right here. And I'll box this bar right here. And then that is used as basically my support. See, look, it just bounces, hits it. Respects the box, basically, that volume box. And yeah, Tuesday we were talking about this trade here at the Kumo cloud. It also had the moving averages crossing over it as well. I actually didn't notice that on Tuesday. But yeah, I like my Kumo cloud trades, as we were talking about before. Right at the top here, we were talking about would it go down to the bottom. I didn't see it going that far, but Jesus, it's gotten pretty close to it.
Mick, let me interrupt just for a second. When Miko's talking about the Kumo cloud, he's actually talking about an indicator called Ichimoku, and it's a pretty popular indicator. It's obviously Japanese. Its full name is Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. Long story short, it basically tells the future. It is an amazing indicator. I used to use it all the time. Go ahead, Mick.
Yep, that one I can actually get from an old friend, Dex. I used to trade with him many, many years ago. Dex, the Algo capitalist. I learned a lot from him, actually. That was many, many years ago. I don't know if he's actually still around or not.
I think Dex is still around. V, have you talked to Dex lately?
No.
I know
it's been a minute, huh?
I don't know if he's still around. I'm not sure.
Yeah, either way, go ahead, Nick.
For a while. But yeah, so I've learned a lot from him. And also, regards to the Kumo cloud, I actually take the lines off the actual settings that it's got. So basically, everything to do with the Kumo cloud, I remove it. All I use is the actual cloud itself. So the indicators with it, I don't use them. I've taken them all off, and I just use the cloud. That's all.
Yeah, you're not using the Tenkan-sen or Kijin-sen or anything like that. You're just straight up the cloud, and that's it.
Just straight up the cloud, that's it. And another thing for people to know as well, this is another thing from Dex. See these little parts here? You can basically, he used to call them the vortex, basically, like a vortex vacuum. Hang on, just quickly, I'm going to jump on the NASDAQ. That's twice. I've got an order at 24,955 twice. It's just missed it by the spread. So I might have to jump in here just quickly.
I'm gonna
That's
explain to the audience here because we got a few people watching, and more will watch this later. What Miko does is what professional traders do. Okay, Miko does limit orders, and a limit order is when you have an area that you've identified where you believe price will go, and you get that entry. You let the market come to you, and this is what patient traders do. It's what professionals do, and you can set this to automatically enter your trade, and then you can walk away. And it will take profit or stop out for you, and you don't have to touch it. Go ahead, Mick.
Yep, not a problem. All right, I'm just chasing up my little NASDAQ trade. I'll put it on up here. Well, basically, all day I've had this order on for 24,955. And on Wanda, it's hit 24,953.8. That was the last attempt. And the one before that was 24,952. There you go.
Now, Mick, while you're giving away free trades, which is great, we love it. The audience loves it. Can you do me a favor on the top right of the screen where it says publish in black, and then you have the camera to the left of that, and then you have that little kind of 4 thingy to the left of that?
Yep.
Can you click on the 4 thingy?
Yep. Okay, so I've got the full screen
Make
there.
it easier for everybody to see.
Yeah, not a problem. Sorry about that. I kept forgetting about that.
Okay.
So yeah, basically now I'm in that NASDAQ trade. Only a half position because it's still a little bit early. We've still got half an hour before the open. Gets a little bit crazy at this time of the day. But I'll take it for a little ride, see how it goes on this half position. So yeah, that's the NASDAQ. Let me put it onto a full screen. So basically what I was doing with that NASDAQ trade was, I'll go to this one, which is the 3 hour. Let me get rid of this. I'll open that up. All right, so this was basically the candles that I'm using. So you could basically call this like an inside day. The candles are still trading inside these 2 bars right here, if you can see it. I'll try and open
I can
it up
see that,
more.
yeah. Yep.
Yep. So you got inside this bar, it's still inside this one big bar. All the actions has basically been inside this massive candle here. And same as this one, basically. Well, the latest action anyway. And this is on the 3 hour. So basically, I've just gone for the top of this candle. Right at the top here, I'll move this. There you go. See that line there? So that's basically what I went for. I put
Gotcha.
my stop order,
You're looking to short right there at the top of that?
Yep. Yep, that's one of them. And then I've got another order up here towards this spot here, 25,000. So basically the top of this candle here, which you can see a lot of supports there as well. So 25,014. I've got another one there if it decides to blast through.
Now, because that's a high volume candle, that big, candle, it's basically almost like a high belt hold or upside down. That large red candle that we just talked about short on the top of, would you also have a long ready to go at the bottom of that tail?
At the bottom, yes, I would. Which earlier,
Okay, so
I missed out on.
any large volume candle, right? You would have an order at the top or the bottom. That's how you box that out, just like you did right there. And then
Yep.
can you expand the screen once more so I can tell the audience what they're looking at? Like just click outside of the Kumo like we talked about before.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
There you go.
And
Now, and stretch the screen out a bit so we can see all the candles. Like if you go to the right on the y-axis, just click and drag. There you go. That's it.
Yep.
So the candle that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles back, that red candle amidst the green candles, that most recent red candle. If you look down below, Mick, can you point at the volume candle so everybody can see what that is? The volume bar on the bottom of the screen.
Yep. This one right here, that's the volume candle right there. That's the volume
Not
bar.
that one. Okay, so you're okay. We're talking a little bit different.
That's an actual candle. So I'll move it away. This is an actual candle.
That's the okay.
That's a red candle. That one.
That's no. Okay, so the first. Okay, I was looking at a different candle, explaining it the wrong way to the audience. So let me correct myself. There are 2 large candles to the left of the screen. The candle that is up higher on the screen is the candle that you've boxed. And the reason you've boxed it is that's a high volume candle. And the reason you know it's a high volume candle is if you look to the bottom of the screen, there are the volume bars, the little sort of green and red bars that are some higher than others. And that highest red volume candle means that it's bearish volume. It almost doesn't matter if it's bearish or bullish. It just matters that it's higher than the other candles. And that candle above corresponding to that high volume bar is the candle that you box, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, I was just trying to,
That's the
because
one that I
there are
boxed up.
people watching who are kind of new, so they
that
don't really
candle
know
right
what
there.
to look at.
Yep, that's fair enough. Yeah, so I'm just trying to say little things as well that I use. So that's one there, and yeah, you could have gone long here. There was another one there. See how it likes to just close inside it all the time? Yep, wick through it. Jeez, these alerts are going off. All right, are you hearing those alerts?
Yeah, it's okay though. They're not terrible. It's good for people to see that you have alerts going off because you automatically have those little messages that beep that everybody's hearing. Those are other trades that Miko can go take, right? Or they're that alert right there. So he's got his alerts set up so he can flip over to a different chart like he just did and go look for a possible other trade.
And that is on the euro, basically. Another tip at the top of the Kumo there. There's heaps of support through here as well. I'll check out my JPY first, see what's going on there. So that's the 3 hour. JPY's gone back into the red. Nasdaq's not doing too bad. Yep, 16 points in play there. All right, let's go to a shorter time frame on the JPY. Go back here again. Yep, minimize. Let's go 10 minute. 10 minute on the JPY. Yeah, it's starting to break out a little bit there.
Yeah, it's bouncing off the cloud.
Yeah, not yet until we start working a little bit above here, so maybe 23. Once we get past say 23, yeah, I might start looking to short that euro. We got 151.23. Yeah, I think that's where I've got my stop as well. I've put it just a little bit above 23, so it's my stop is at I've got it at 151.15.9, and my stop is at 151.257.
Oh, Miko's giving away free trades again. I love it.
Do you want me to not give away those?
No, I love it. I'm just announcing it to the audience so they can see what kind of value they're getting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, basically, there you go. I just got stopped out on the JPY. Like, tight stop. I had a tight stop. I already knew once it gets past that 23, she's going to go. So, yep, and that's exactly what it's doing. Let's go back to the euro, and the euro is dumping. Damn it, missed out. Too late on that one. But we'll soon see because we've got the top of the box coming up, and we've got the Kumo support there. So we'll see what happens there for the euro. So I'm going to hold out on that euro just for a little bit longer. If I can get another bounce back up to, what do we got here? 116. Don't show again. This is annoying. All right. What have we got here? 1.1659. If I can get another bounce there, which is only 2 pips away, I'll have a look, see if I will take the trade. But it's actually still looking a little bit bullish at the moment, actually. The euro on a short time frame, anyway. So yep, it's getting that bounce. Let me go to different time frames again. Yep. Are you seeing the 5 screen at the moment?
I'm seeing the 5 screen, and then once you go into the 1 screen, can you do me a favor and on the top right maximize everything like you did before?
Yep. At the moment, I've just quickly gone to the 5 screens just so I can see what's going on.
Yeah, when you jump to 5 screen, I think it takes you away from that, so it's not a problem.
Yep. All right. What do we got? All right. Supports there. Well, not like on the euro. It's probably going to be another short, to be quite honest. There's a little bit of bullishness left in it, but not much. But there's just too many things saying that it's going to get rejected. But we'll see at 9:30. 9:30 is going to be the tell. When the market opens, that's when we'll know for sure what's going to happen. I suppose at the moment we've got that 30 minutes. That's yes. I'll show you what I mean by it's a little bit unsure. So all right, we got. Let's go to daily on this one. I'll show you on the daily chart. So that's the big Fibonacci. I'll get rid of some of this stuff. So maximize. Let's go back there. Open it all back up for you guys. And get rid of that. Okay. We've got any volume candles here. So we've got this one. Oh, the daily is a big one here. So basically what I did was there, I quickly looked for the volume of the daily. The highest volume was this one here. That's the latest one with the highest volume. Check the alerts. What was that? That was platinum alert, that one. All right, so I've got this highest volume box here, which pretty much right here, what was this? Yesterday, decided to bounce off that pretty much. Let's just go a little touch more. There you go. So it pretty much bounced straight off it yesterday.
Yeah, it sure did, didn't it? So quick question on this. So for every time frame, it's just the highest candle kind of on the screen that you're using?
Yes,
Or
well, that's just one
is it
thing I
always
use
the
anyway.
daily?
That's just one
Is it
little
always
guide.
the biggest
No, I use
daily
it on
volume
any
candle?
time frame.
Okay, anytime.
Any time frame. I use it on any time frame, basically. Depends what I'm trading, but yeah, that's just one thing I use anyway. Just a little help, little guide, see what's going on, what it's doing. So, geez, as you can see, just looking at it now, you can see it here. There's one there, one there, one there. Well, I went a little bit into it. One there, one there.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. It
I
works
went a little
nicely.
bit into it. There's another one there. Geez, I actually, I'll have to use it a lot more often on the high time frame, actually. Geez,
I was just
okay, I
saying,
maybe use it on the.
You could high time frame that, and then you could actually step down on time frames and just have entire kind of a cascade of supports and resistances that way.
No, that's right. That's a good idea. And then, yeah, here. So what I was talking about before, so we're not too sure about this euro trade. So it's gone straight off the bottom of the Kumo, plus we've got a 1.68 fib. Now I'm going to quickly change this platinum because it just keeps annoying me at the moment.
Yeah, go for it. You should be able to go to, okay, that's one way to go.
There you go. There's the platinum. It's pretty much at the Fibonacci right now, basically. So I've got my alert just a little bit below it. That's your fib line there. Am I sharing this screen? It should be.
Yes, you are. We're looking right at platinum.
Yep. Okay. This is the platinum chart anyway, so that's where one of the fibs are. Come on, come back down. I want to buy some. Come back down. Come on.
So let me ask Mick, that red line across there, your order is where that red line is, or where exactly is your order?
For what, platinum?
For platinum.
No, I haven't. I did some orders on it the other day, and yeah, I got some little ones out of it, and it just keeps popping back up. So I ended up getting out, basically. Too volatile. Platinum's a tricky one to trade. I only trade very, very, very rarely on this.
Gotcha. Okay, so do you normally, in this case, like you? Well, okay, I see what's going on. Never mind. Go ahead.
I was getting in at 74, basically, a lot earlier. Yeah, 74. I didn't think it was actually going to reach it, but it actually did by the looks of it. So I was getting in at 74, which is basically here. And that's why I kept popping up, and that's why I was like, nah, you know what? I'm not trading it anymore. But now that I've had a look at the big time frame, it's like, geez, no wonder there was a little bit more from the time frame. Sometimes I just look only at the smaller time frames instead of the bigger time frames. And that's where I've missed it. I've missed this Fibonacci. It's actually at 1.692, not 71,674. So there you go. That's probably why I was getting stopped out and mucked around a little bit. But geez, it's loving that Fibonacci, this one, the platinum. So all right, let's get back out of that. I've changed it already. Yes. Okay. I'll leave it at AEA. All right. Let's get back to where were we? Oh,
Did the euro or the was it the euro you were looking at before, or was it NASDAQ? I forget. Did you see JPY just went for some stop runs? If you look on the low time frame, that little wick, you can see it right there.
Did. Yep, I can see that right there. Went straight through my 25 stop, 151.25. Back in that Kumo, it closed back inside it, and it's just gone straight down again. Jeez. Oh well, how's your trade going?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, I'll flip over. I'll flip to my screen real quick, and then we'll come back to yours.
Yeah,
So give me just a
do some trades yourself. Feel free. I'm just talking a lot to keep the action going for the live.
that's okay. So you'll see my screen. I have a swing trade on. So this swing trade is more for people who maybe they have a job and they don't have time to do like Miko, where Miko's just he's able to do what I really like to do, is to sit and scalp. And I do that a lot, but a lot of times I'm just at home. Well, I'm always at home, but a lot of times I'm working on other things, producing content. I got a couple of things going on. So I can't always sit there and stare at the screen on the 1 minute chart and do the scalping, which I love to do. So a lot of times I'll identify a trade that might take a few days to come out, right? So this trade at the current trajectory, if it's a successful trade, will probably pay off. Let's see here. Let's grab an arrow. Give me a moment here. Got my my whole thing's getting finicky on me. Give me a moment. There we are. At this trajectory, it'll be this afternoon, right? It might take a little bit longer, but the trade I put on this morning about maybe 30 minutes before we started the show, at this trajectory would pay off probably around market close. So it may be intraday. I might have to end up holding it through overnight, or not overnight, but past the market close, right? It'll probably pay in the Asian session, something like that. So what that means, right? It's like, let's just say that I go to work at 8 a.m. my time, which is mountain time. I put that trade on at 6. And this trade I watched all day yesterday, and I waited until it met the proper conditions. I was very, very patient. And as soon as it met the proper conditions, I entered. And you'll notice that this trade has a beautiful risk to reward ratio. So the red box versus the green box, it's a 4-to-1. So if I lose this trade and this goes against me, it goes up, which is against me, I lose, let's just say $1,000. If this trade goes all the way to my target, I make 4,000. So I could literally lose like 2 of these trades, win the third one, and still be $1,000 ahead in that if I were risking 1,000, right? So this is risk to reward ratio. And this is the kind of trade that one can do if you have to work from 9 to 5, right? So I could put this on in the morning. It probably won't pay until either just after lunchtime or maybe even after I'm done with work. And if there is a little bit of management that I need to do, I can set alarms. I can take 3 minutes, go on my cell phone, manage the trade very quickly while I'm doing my work or at lunch, whatever it might be, and then go back to work, because these move so slow. Like if I get an alarm, I can wait 30 minutes to make a change. It's not a big deal. So this is the kind of trading that people do, maybe if they're not a full-time trader, but they actually have other things going on, or maybe they're wealthy people. They want to spend time on the golf course. Like that's what this kind of trading is. So if I'm going to share a trade with like Algo Factory members like this one, it tends to be a swing trade. I don't tend to share scalps because Algo Factory members are not necessarily sitting at the computer all day waiting for trades, right? So that's this trade, and it's going solid. It might be that this turns around on me. That's every trade, but it will eventually turn around. The Japanese yen will, but we're not at a point where it should. If I were to look at this entire chart to predict where the Japanese yen might turn around and go against me, then I would be looking at, let me widen the screen out so you all can see. I would be looking at this high going back to late September right here. Okay. Because the way that this tends to work is that you have a move up, a pullback, and then move up, and then a pullback, and then move up if you're in an uptrend. If you're in an uptrend, we're not quite there. It's breaking out of a range. It probably will go into an uptrend because the dollar is getting stronger. That's where fundamentals come in. But the reality is that there are 2 reasons why price is probably going to come down to grab this area. One is that price just does that. It needs liquidity. It needs a place where people have traded before, so the big money can fill their bags and price can continue to move up. The second reason that we talked about earlier is this major gap that we saw on an open on last Sunday. Big gap right there. That's huge. This is going back to October 2nd open. Price tends to want to fill those gaps. So I've cut the trade off well before both of these areas, well before that gap and well before we see this high. And we'll just see how this goes. Now, because I also scalp, I will be able to sit here and take little mini trades all the way down whilst I'm doing other things. I like to say whilst because it makes me sound fancy. Whilst. Stop me while what does Bricktop say? Stop me whilst I'm walking again, and I'll cut off your bleeping Jacobs. All right, so this is the kind of trade I might take on the way down. Little pullback here, short. Pullback here, short. Pullback here, short. Small trades adding to the position. It's a beautiful thing. All right, good. Mick, how you doing, bud? Let me bring it back to your screen.
Not a problem. Well said, well played, well explained.
Thank you, very. Thank
Nice
you.
Yeah.
Off,
So I'm a little bit in the same as a lot. Sometimes you think you can just. Sometimes
Say
it's
again?
better just to stay on it. So I'm a little bit the same sometimes, and I've got no patience to sit there for a day or two, and it's like, mate, you could have done the same trade like 3-4 times already. You know, it goes back and forth throughout the day. Especially if you got time, you can. Oh, the good thing about it's a good thing and also a bad thing. Having the phone and having your app connected to the phone, you're out and about. As long as you know your levels off by heart and everything else, like you know your rough levels. You've been trading it already for a couple of days. You know your areas. You've already looked at it. While you're out and about, it's at that level, is it? Jump on your phone, go again, take another short or another long, tuck your stop in, then you're out and about, there's a bit of profit there, thank you, I'll take that. Yeah, and then wait for, like I said, I think on the last session we talked about, a lot of the times you can tell, like for Asian session, you get about 2.5 hours of nice, clean, smooth trades, and then generally for that, like just at the end of the Asian session, you generally get it. They start swinging wild, up and down like a yo-yo. So it's like you might as well get out then, or if not, put your orders in again. Put your wild orders in. Could be you think, it's not going to hit it. It doesn't matter. Put it in. You'll be surprised. You'll probably hit it. You know, same thing. Once the European session comes in, put your orders in again, or whatever. You see those levels, go for it again. Then once it starts getting locked, now it's starting to get towards the American session open. It's going to start getting wild in about, should start getting wild pretty much now. So, geez, there's the platinum again. Just hitting the fib right now, so it's going up. So let me change that again before it starts annoying me. All right.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. While you're changing it, I'm gonna. We got a guy in Algo Factory. I'm not gonna say his exact strategy, but anybody who's a private member can look in here. He says he's been using my strategy to find the trend, but instead of trading directly, he does something else. And I don't want to say what that is without permission from him. But he works in stocks. He doesn't trade in like forex like I do, or crypto like you and I do, or or metals. He actually sticks with stocks. And again, I don't want to say exactly what he's doing, but he's taking advantage of our methodology, at least my methodology of finding the trend. And then he kind of goes to a certain stock type market where he's able to take great advantage of that. I really want to say what he's doing. I'm excited for it. But if you're at Algo Factory, you get to see exactly what he's doing. And that's some professional stuff. Brand's not messing around.
Okay. Yep. Oh, very good. Well, hopefully he'll let us know inside the actual live, inside the group one day.
Oh, people have no idea what we got going on. We've got Miko here, who's just a scalping animal. The guy scalps all day. We're probably going to see him win something today. And then we have the guy that we just talked about in there doing his thing. We got another guy in there, Cool Cat, and he's throwing up wins on like crypto. Like he's doing the kind of the latest flavor of the week, or Aster or whatever's going. I've been telling people about like BNB going back for months. So anybody who, did their own research after I talked about BNB has doubled their money there. We just win here on Algo Factory. It's a lot of winning. It's way more wins than losses.
It's more winning than you can ever shake a fist at.
We're winning. We're winning. It's the best winning you've ever seen.
We win big.
Nobody's won better than I've ever won. All right, go ahead.
They've tried.
I can't even compete with that. I'm not even going to try.
We gotta work on a Trump impression, V.
I really need to work on mine.
It's it's one of those things where all the best impressions, I spent a lot of time on them, and I just haven't spent time on the Trump one. I don't know. He's pretty. He's got a dynamic voice. Like he does a thing where he kind of gets tired, but then he kind of yells. Like it's there.
Yeah, there it is.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mick, go ahead and tell us what you got going on, and do me a favor, Mick, once you have a chance, and make our screen a bit bigger so everybody can see what you're talking about.
Yep. Okay. Now, all good. Keep going on, boys. I'm just looking for trades at the moment as well. Plus, we've got 9 minutes to go before things start getting crazy. So
That's right, we got the
I'm
market
just
open.
looking at yes. So I'm just looking at where we can put some stuff. All right. Well, the pound. There's one spot we can possibly short on the pound. I was just looking at. Let's go to the daily for that one. So I've got two nice little scalp shorts on the pound today earlier. Where are we? Where's this alert? So, okay, let me open this up. Open this up a bit more for you guys. Basically, I'm going to work this Kumo Cloud support here. Then you go across, there's a lot of supports there as well. One rejection here. Can you see the screen? We'll open it up a bit more. Get rid of that. All right, you can see my alert here. My alert is at 1.34655. So we've got supports here on this one. Rejection here. Bounce there. Bit of rejection there. Open, close there. There's a little bit. Let's go a little bit further this way. More. Another one here. I might stick a little limit order on there and just see what happens for the open anyway. So I'll stick a limit order on. What have we got? It's still looking sideways. So I'll put a limit order on. So that is at order for. So that's 465, 1.3465. 64, 1 tick below. And the stop is at 1.3480. So 16 pip stop. All right. Where is it? Yeah. Oh, look where the stop is right there. I might have to go another 2 pips on that stop. Get a little bit above it.
Hey, Mick, do us a favor and do that thing where you can make the screen bigger on the top right.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry. Right.
There you are.
There you go. So, all right. So, yeah, basically, I'm going for here. Basically, if it hits this little patch here.
You looking for a short?
Yeah, looking for a short, but I don't like it. You can see this Kumo just bouncing right up. But yeah, though I'll be quick to tighten that one up. I've got a 16-point stop at the moment on that. Yeah, it actually has this Nasdaq on. I haven't looked at the Nasdaq actually.
We see it's poking through the Kumo cloud now, and the Kumo is green. But if you look all the way to the right of the screen, the Kumo is already flipping red. So if it can last through another few candles, then the Kumo eventually is going to be on your side.
Yeah, that's right, and it's on the daily as well. Plus, all the moving averages are pretty much going sideways as well. There's no slope to the upside. There's no slope to the downside. So it's probably going to be a bit of sideways chop into this area.
Yep.
Could be a bit of sideways chop. Yeah.
Top of Kumo could be a resistance on chop.
Exactly. So we just don't want to see it close above here. That's all. If it starts closing above the Kumo, then she might have a nice little ride up. But yep, we could check out that Nasdaq. What have we got? 5 minutes before the open. All right. How's it looking?
Yeah, it's a bit risky, especially when you got the Kumo flipping green. You know, whenever the Kumo gets thin, that's where price likes to pierce through. So but that's all right. I mean, we're always taking risks, you know.
It can slide through. You can slide through at any time. Exactly. I'm going to go to a shorter time frame here. Where's my 3 minutes? 3 minutes. It's the speed trading now. 3 minute time frame. All right. Oh, it's all angling down, which is good. That's so far good. Moving averages starting to angle down, finally. All right, so let's put it there, 21. 21. You know what? I'm going to put my main screen on a wander. back on NASDAQ because that's the main trade at the moment. Also, just out of curiosity, I've got two other trades I've had for a couple of days on here. I've got Nat Gas. I've got Nat Gas at $2.89.4 long. It's basically
that's a
break
nice
even
long.
at the moment.
Yeah, that's right off the bottom of the Kumo, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or the top of the Kumo, I should say.
no, I haven't. Yeah, I'll
Do
have
us
a
a
look
favor,
at it now.
Mick. Can you draw like a nice thick yellow line wherever you entered that long?
For which one?
For
Nat
the
Gas?
screen you're on, is that Nat Gas?
No. This is the screen that I'm on should be the NASDAQ.
Oh, your
Nat
NASDAQ.
Gas
Your
is
face said
I've got my
Nat
NASDAQ. Yeah, no, I've got the NASDAQ on the actual main screen, which you guys can see. You guys can see
I
the
can see
NASDAQ,
that,
can't
yeah.
you?
Are you long on that now?
Okay, yeah, no, I have that. The actual trading account, my trading account with the Wanda, no, I've got that on a separate screen. You guys can't see that.
That's okay.
So
Are
yeah,
you actually
basically,
long on this trade right now?
Nat Gas, yes, I am. I've been on it for a couple of days now.
Okay.
So yes, Nat Gas, I've got it at $2.89, 289.4. Basically break even at the moment, 2893, pretty much break even. I'm on wheat as well, wheat long, down 5 pips on that. Again, whenever you trade Nat Gas, and I've also got corn. Corn, I'm up 3.5 pips. Yay. So I've got corn at $4.08.5, and so 4.085 for corn. And I've got wheat at $4.87, got 4.878, and Nat Gas at $2.89.4, like 2.89.4. So those ones, they're dead. So you sit and hold those trades. You hold them generally for about a week, those trades. They just go slow as those things. All right, so NASDAQ is still going down. Good. What have we got? Oh, 2 minutes. Here we go. Firecrackers are about to start. All right, let's get back to my NASDAQ. Time to start biting the nails. And if I had a whiskey, this would be the best time to have a scotch. All right, let's go back to JPY. JPY. Okay. So my alert, it did hit the alert there, the USDJPY. 151.18. Oh, to take another short or not to? What's the pound doing? What's the pound? It's coming down. I don't want oil. I don't want that one. Not today. I won't even touch the oil today. It's looking like crap. Pound. No. Where's the euro? Yes, this is what I was talking about before for the euro. I'll open it up. Too much indecision on the daily. Yeah, you got your moving averages there. I'll open it up so you guys can see. I've caught a little short on it today. A little short on the euro. Nothing major. That was earlier on in the day. But yeah. So basically here you got two of the moving averages. You got all the supports at the bottom here, all the supports at the top. Too much going on. Yeah, you can do another short. The JPY starting to come up, so possibly could be a short. Short on the euro. But like I said, I just want to wait for this market to open, see what happens if this opens. Oh, it's opening now by the looks of it. Oh, it just feels like speed trading, doesn't it? Going from one chart to another. One chart to another, eyes everywhere. Doesn't stop. It's like being at the 24/7 casino. Oh, that NASDAQ's popping up. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, it always does it. Always does it.
Yeah, always does it. We're right at the open.
Look at that. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Right at the open. You got to love it. Shenanigans. So far, I'm still in a good spot anyway. All right. Come on, get back down. We're at the vacuum here. So as Dex used to say, 5 before. See this little point right here that I'm pointing at? So you got five bars before it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's where it started to come down. And you got 5 bars after. 1, 2,
Did
3,
you grab that
4,
trade?
5. Yeah, I'm still on it. I'm still on
Okay,
it.
are you long or short?
I'm short. I'm
Okay,
short,
gotcha.
and I'm short at 24,945, and it's just going through it now.
That's a brutal open.
Yes, it is. My original buy was for. Yep, man, it's going straight through it. All right, Tom's. I'm about to start reducing. See what it does in the next minute or two. I should have put break even. Doesn't matter. So there you go. My original order would have got hit. Remember I was saying that because I kept missing it by the spread, 1 pip basically. So now it would have got hit if I was just patient. Yeah, this is back to break even, back to break even. So basically my order is here. I'll put the
So
line
that's
on
the
there.
tricky thing where
945. There you go.
okay,
She's
so
coming back down.
you're at break even now, and you're actually now headed in a profit. And so one thing to understand about trading is you need to understand your asset class. So your indices like the NASDAQ, they're going to operate a certain way at the market open, and that's going to be different to say, trading forex or anything else. So when you're like Mick and you're kind of surfing between whether it's the NASDAQ or it might be forex, it might be metals, it might be.
Hey, man, I got to jump off.
All right, brother. We'll see you at EM's.
There, Vic. Take it easy, mate.
So you whatever that might be, you need to know your asset class. So did you go
Oh,
break
yeah.
even?
No, I'm still on it at the moment. So I've still got
Okay.
my normal stop on. My stop is at 24,977.
Gotcha. So if you know that something's going to pop up at the open, then you either set your stops accordingly or you trade accordingly. You might wait for that pop up and set your entry at that. So there's just a couple of tricks to the trade. Market open always does bring volatility, at least it almost always brings volatility. And the NASDAQ, if you've been watching me long enough, the NASDAQ must go up. Now it will go down, but in the end, it must go up because if the NASDAQ goes down for more than, a year, things get real dicey, especially the way the market is right now around the world. So at this point, money is rushing into the US. The NASDAQ will have an upward bias and it'll tend to pop up on the open quite often. So go ahead, Mick.
Yes, it definitely does. Well, yeah, it's notorious for this. That's why I watch it like a hawk on the open. But the open's good because you can literally, well, it depends if you're on the right side of it or not. You can get your 40, 50, sometimes 80-point swings. You get some huge wild swings. That's why you got to put your orders in first. But it always does stop runs. It likes to go up, down like a yo-yo, catch everyone out, go long, go short, go long, go short. So pretty much find your spot and stick to it from there. Still holding my spot at the moment. It's at 9:45. Let me check out the volume candle. That's that one there. What's this stuff at 960? I'm going to go to my 1 minute volume. Where is it? 1 minute volume candle. This one here. Shit. 126. Technically, I could have got out at 126. 24, 926 actually. I'll check it on the 1 minute for you guys here, just so I can show you what I meant by that.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're gonna drop a little
It's
time frame.
on my Wander account. My Wander account, I've actually got it on 1 minute. Where's my time frame?
You crazy scalper, you.
Yeah, so that's where, okay, look, on this side, I'm back on the 5 screens now. So I've got 3 minute, 10 minute, 3 hours, daily, then the weekly. But then on the Wander, I've got my 1 minute chart in front of me. So, how do I get out of this back to the time frame?
Nick, go ahead. I'm gonna be silent for just a minute here.
Yep, not a problem. Oh, there we go. All right, I'll chuck it on the 1 minute. Open up the screen for everyone. So basically, this is what I was looking at here on the Wander, on the 1 minute chart. So I could have done my box right here. And yes, it is respecting it. That's that box right there. That's that candle right there. I don't know if you can see the box there, but yes, it's definitely holding above that box. So it could be longs tonight. Well, it looks at it so far anyway. You don't know. There you go. Until it hits about 9:50, so basically 20 minutes after, you don't know which way it's going to go. It's just going to swing wild at this point. Generally, about the first 20 minutes of the open, it just goes up and down like a yo-yo. Now it's inside the box. So I'll leave it on the 1 minute for everyone to see at the moment, how it's going to react with everything. Yeah, let me fix this up as well. All right, we're inside it, plus the Kumo.
Hey, Mick, can I ask a favor?
Yep.
So any trade that you're live on, you know how I use, let me flip to my screen real quick to show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to...
Oh, the profit, take profit and all that?
Yeah, you see the long short box that I use, the green red, the long position, short position.
Yep.
So any trade that you're live with, can you throw that on there? Because the audience really doesn't know what they're looking at until they see something like that.
Not a problem.
All right, I'm going to throw you back on
just
here.
because I mainly scout, I don't really use it too often. All right, where am I? 45, 945. That is my open. All right, you can close, remove. All right, stop is that. Where's my stop? 778. 778.
Now, is that a trade that you're live on right now?
Yes, on the Nasdaq. That's the one that I took earlier.
Now, where's the candle where you entered? There you go.
This one right in.
Oh, that's a lovely entry, I'll tell you that. So,
hang on, I need to go a little bit more down. Using this bloody thing. So it's not properly. I got in at 45.
You can just move it down in the same candle. There you are. Just move that down to wherever the entry is in that same candle. Or wherever the candle is that you enter.
There you go. Yeah, 45 is there. All right.
So it would be, you would have entered though in one of those candles. So you want to move that entry.
Right here.
So take that and put it right in the middle of that red candle, wherever there you go. And then
it's just mucked everything up as soon as I did that.
Oh.
So I just thought like this.
It shouldn't muck it up. It should be able to handle that.
All right. Now, where's the bottom of it? So my target is going to be. I'll put it here for now. I need to go to a higher time frame. Nasdaq 3 hour. I can't see it going that far.
Is it not showing up on the higher time frame?
No, I'm just having a quick look at the higher time frame.
Oh, gotcha.
Just having a quick look for my target. I'll open it up a bit more for everyone as well. That's my daily. Four candles. That's the fourth bar as well. 24,650, so I could probably go 24,679. 24,679. That's where I'll just put one target anyway. But I'll be writing this down because it's still early days.
All right. No worries.
24,6. I'll have to just write it down, basically. Let's go back to the lower time frame. Actually, I think I'm on the 1 minute here. All right. Yeah, I am on the 1 minute here. All right. What did I say anyway? 6:45.
No, is the bottom of that green box where your target is? Oh, I see what you're doing.
Just,
Okay.
just about to do it now.
Now,
I'm
do
on
me
the
a
actual
favor
1
on
minute
this.
time frame.
Can you double click on anywhere inside of that short position box?
Anywhere inside it?
Anywhere inside. And then go to do that again. And then click on the red checker
Yep.
right there. And then slide that over just a hair, like maybe to, 50% or maybe 40 on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And do the same with the green if you could.
I'll put it at 60. In the green.
Yeah,
Yep.
slide it to like 40. You don't have to go all the way to 60. And that's going to allow, because we see how you can kind of see a lot better now. You can see what's going on with it. That way the audience knows. So it can explain this to the audience. The bottom of that green position, you can't see it right now. It's off the screen. But that's a lovely risk to reward. What are you looking at? Like an 8-to-1? If you put your mouse
have a
on
look.
it, it'll tell you.
Yep. 8.6.
8.6 to 1.
Ratio 8.6.
So this trade, and you're ahead right now. You're already probably sitting at a 1.5 to 1, right?
14 pips up. Well, 24 now. But so it's just gone. Hit that fucking box and bounced. You mother.
You're better than a 1-to-1 at this point. You're probably sitting at a 1.5 to 1. No, you're probably at 1-to-1 now.
Yeah, about 1-to-1 now. Yeah, by the looks of it, it's about 1-to-1. Yeah.
All right, so let me explain to the audience what that means. So where Mick is right now in the trade, let's just say he risked $100. He's $100 in profit. So right this very moment, you could close this trade and you will have doubled your money. More or less.
Yep.
More or less.
Yep.
And at one point, it looks like you could have almost tripled your money at one point. So, I mean, technically you could, one of the things we do at Algo Factory is we teach you how to optimize whatever your methodology is, such that, sure, if you get an 8-to-1 consistently, you're probably just going to get rich. But if you are getting an 8-to-1 every 20th time, but you're losing 19 trades, then you're not profitable, right? You have to win, to be profitable on an 8-to-1, you have to win 2 in 8 trades. So in this case, it might be that if you're winning, 60% of the time and you're hitting 3-to-1, just cut it off at 3-to-1. Now, I'm not saying this about you, Mick, or what you're doing right now. I'm saying in general, these are the kind of things that we look at as far as how to optimize our algorithm. And you, right now, though, it went right to the bottom of that box and ripped back up.
Yep. That's
So
what I'm saying, but sometimes you just got to write it all out, and that's why it's like, okay, that's my target if I get lucky, but most of the time I'll just write them, and if I see it's going to turn, I just get out, that's it. Whereas more than likely I probably would have got out. I was mucking around with that box there, but it doesn't matter.
So if I wasn't distracting you messing with the box, you might have taken a profit on that trade. Is that what you're saying?
No, well, I probably would have just tightened things up a lot more by then. But it doesn't matter. It's starting to go against me now. They're coming back in. Lucky I've only got a half position on this. Not too bad. Oh, it's all for YouTube purposes. That's all learning purposes. That's it. Oh shit, it's starting to go against me now. Yep. See, longs. I think I said it earlier. It looks like longs today. Yeah, it's going to be longs today.
Oh yeah.
Is it going to close above this box right here? Or is it going to close above this candle? It's rejecting it so far. Come on. I think I might start reducing anyway. Let's see what it does in 28 seconds. I'm still on the 1 minute candle. Well, 1 minute here.
Yeah, we'll see if it flips around, and it very well could. It's sitting right at the resistance of where you entered.
Yeah, and actually we've got a vortex right here as well. So let's go. Oh, yeah, here we go.
It's going against you.
Yeah, we're about to get stopped by the looks of it. Go fuck yourself.
See, now you're okay. So first of all, audience, it's my fault that he lost this trade because that was a winning trade. But because we were trying to kind of gear this so that YouTube could see it, we ended up getting distracted and not taking profit on our trade. A couple ways we can avoid that is we set our take profit so that we don't have to exit manually. So you can set a limit exit at the bottom of that box, and that way it takes your profit for you. The other way about it is to set a limit at where you want to get out. and not a limit. You set an alert at where you want to get out. So it tells you, hey, get out of the trade. And that way, if your host is distracting you with putting boxes on the screen, then you won't suffer that same consequence. Are you still in this trade?
No, man, I just got taken out.
You got, okay.
It actually just stopped me out, and guess what? I've just noticed on my Wanda, I must have put this order on this morning. I've got another one at another sell entry. So I just work zones basically.
Gotcha.
24,984. And
Okay.
yes, I missed it by 4 pips.
Ooh, brutal.
Missed that sell entry, but then I've got another one at another sell entry at 25,009, basically. Too many there by the looks of it. So it looks like I was working that patch. There's a little patch there I'm working. Well, obviously I saw it this morning when I was looking at my charts. So I chuck orders on, and yeah, of course it did. Basically hit my stop and it's coming back down. Of course. Let's see what it does at the top. See what it does at the top of this box anyway. And yeah, I was about to say it before. See, we've got this vortex right here with the Kumo. See where it goes green and then red. Let's go 5 bars before.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go here.
Yeah, there it is. Your stop was just a hair,
Two,
a hair below
4,
where it should have been.
5.
You'd be in nice profit now.
Yep, we'll be back in the game again. Oh, and it's inside the box, bottom of the Kumo. Should I take another one? What time is it? 2 minutes. 2 more minutes. 9:50.
If you do the audience a favor and throw that box on it once you're in it.
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that already. What have we got? You know what? I'm going to whack this alert here. We're going to have a quick look at some currencies. See what the currencies are doing. All right, let's get out of here. Let's see what the forex
JPY
is doing.
is steadily obeying the algos.
Oh yes, it is.
Yeah, I'll flip to my screen really quick while you assess, so everybody can kind of see where we're at with the JPY trade that we looked at before. So you can see now it's headed in my direction. Essentially, what we had was a swing failure on my side of things. So back to the slow trade, back to the swing trade here. It's a very clear downtrend. So I waited until the trend topped out, got a little bit of what traders like to call confirmation, entered the trade, and now if you look close and I zoom in here, you can see every time it tries to rally up to reclaim that high, it gets rejected. So you got this candle being pushed down. You've got this candle being pushed down. So, and you can see that because I'm used to doing these for the audience. I'm always having the green, red, this short position box on here so that you all can see if the price were to go above here, I'm out of the trade. I've lost my entry, that $300, whatever it is. And then if in fact the trade continues downward and goes to my green exit, then I'm out the trade. And then there's a level on here where I would move my stop to entry. And I'm not saying what that level is right now. If it happens during the show, I'll tell everybody. If not, Algo Factory will find out when I do it. Back to you, Mick. Let me take myself off and put yours on.
No dramas. Yeah, just as I had to go look at bloody JPY. Yeah, of course. It closed. Let me open this one up.
Yeah, I can see that. It's right at your entry.
Yeah, we got that vortex there. What I was talking about. There you go. 1, 2. It could be any time within that little vortex. Any 5 in between that. There you go.
I didn't want to tell you what to do, but I was going to tell you to stay on that. I was going to don't leave, but I don't want to mess with your flow.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. That's why I was like, oh yeah. I put my alert on it. That's right. Just as I clicked on JPY, I saw the alert, and then I looked back across to my my Wanda screen. I already seen it drop back down to like 19. Oh no!
Move back up to it now, though. You might get your entry here.
No, I've already jumped back in. I've already jumped back in.
Okay. If you're in the trade, can you throw that short position box on there? If you're in a trade.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a minute. I've had to rush it, so I'm at 24,911. Not the entry that I like, but I had to chase this one a little bit.
Yep.
Yes, I don't. Yes, probably would have been good to get back in 17. 17 will probably be another good entry. 17, yep. 17 looks like it should hit 17, 24.9, 17. Hopefully it's going to reject off that. I'll put one of those candles. Yeah, sometimes you just got to rush into it. I like my limit orders, but sometimes you just got to do your stock market orders and just go for it before it starts to get away from you. But it's still fucking loving this box, mate. It's really loving this box. It keeps touching it, keeps rubbing it. We all love these little boxes.
Yes, we love to touch and rub the box, don't we?
Yes, it's rubbing the GD very nice. Fucking back in there again. What's this? 952. All right. The market should start calming down now. So I'll put one box on anyway. Where is it? This one here, I believe so. Short again. Short. No, not that bar. It was this candle. I get in at 911, 24, 911. 24, 911. There you go. Fair enough. What's my stop at? Is 38.
What you can do, if you double click on that box, you can merely type in the coordinates instead of trying to match it.
That's probably better.
Yeah.
I'll stick it back down here at 6. Like I said, then I'll write it down. That was the target anyway from earlier on today. Like I said, I usually try and write them. If it gets down there by the time I go to sleep, as in, like I said, I'll write it, put my stops in, and that's my target. If it hits it while I go to sleep, like if I'm still on the trade, like an hour later, 2 hours later, and I'm going to go to sleep, then I'll set my target. But other than that, I just try and write them down basically.
It looks to me like you're already in some profit. Is that the case?
No, I'm back to break even now.
All right.
Back to break even. So yeah, if I was a little bit more patient now, I probably would have got my order. Yep, I think it did again hit the top of that box. Yep, it did. Literally hit the top of it right there. Come back down. So yeah, I only learnt about this little box theory. What was it? Probably about maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I'm really liking this little theory. Seems to work quite well.
No, it's lovely. Yeah.
Well, good for scalping anyway. Just you use it amongst everything else that you got, or your moving averages or the Kuma, everything else.
So let me see if I can show you something here on my side of things. You're on the 1 minute chart, correct?
Yes.
NASDAQ
I
1
might
minute.
chuck it on the 3 minute. I'll
Yeah.
go to the 3 minute. I prefer the 3 minute chart. All it is, on Oanda, I've got it on the 1 minute.
So I'm going to flip to my screen. Feel free to manage your trade. I just want to show you something about these boxes. I'm going to take you off the screen for the moment here. Add mine to the stage. All right, so let's. Uh-oh. They're moving against you?
No, it's still in the box, man. Still in the box.
Yeah. So here's let's just say that I entered a short right now. If you're able to see my screen?
Yep, like I said.
All right. So if I entered a short right now, I would put my box right here. And then my stop loss, I'd do this and I'd do that. But let's say that I entered a trade before, put the box on later for demonstration purposes. If you watch, I can move this to the middle of the box that I entered in, right? If I entered during this box, I can move it to whatever that price is, and it'll actually reflect the entry. And then you'll be able to see how this color codes movement within the box. So it's actually a really useful tool. And if you can connect your brokerage to here, you can actually create a limit order and do all of your order right on the screen. And Oanda does have that integration. So if you look on the trading panel and you maximize it, you'll see Oanda, which I use Oanda, is right here. So you could literally link your Owanda chart to TradingView and do all of your trading right on the TradingView screen. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I know about that, but
Okay.
yeah, no,
And
I
some
don't
people
use that. I
prefer
just
not
do it
to. Some
manually.
people rather trade directly on Owanda. I get that. But I just wanted to show you a couple things. One about the box and how you can literally put the entry in the middle of whichever candle it is. And that way it's going to color code where your loss and profit is as the trade unfolds. So for example, if I I don't know, it's not a good example here, but let's say I entered in this candle here, and let's say I put the price exactly where I entered on this candle, maybe towards the top of the candle. You can see it's showing how much profit is on the screen. So it's just like a nice way to, to be able to do that and for everybody to see. But I'm going to flip back over to you.
Yeah, I just got
if you're
fucking
still,
popped out again.
did you get popped out?
Yeah, I got fucking popped out again.
Gotcha. See, now it's headed in the proper direction, isn't it?
Yep, of course it is. Yep, see, look, it went straight through it and then closed back inside the box again. Fucking motherfucker.
I forget I also have delayed data on my screen. My data is delayed behind, I think, for specifically stocks. It's delayed because I don't trade stocks on here. I trade forex.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Oh, 117, I said that support was before 117. Alrighty. Keeps going above it. Fuck you. I think it's going to be longs tonight. There we go. Close. What did she actually close above it? Yes, it did.
We're gonna run this for just a little bit longer, and then we'll probably hop off for the day. Looks like my JPY trade is going to flounder a bit, not in a bad way, but it's just JPY tends to want to run in the same direction. The USDJPY, it tends to want to run in the same direction as the Nasdaq, although there are other factors at play. So it is an interesting time in the market. Things are not always running the way that you would expect.
Just going in for one more.
Say again. Say again.
I've just gone in for one more short.
Okay.
I've just gone in for one more short, 24,917.
Nice.
I'll put him stop at 24,943.
Can you throw the move that box over there so the audience can see where you're at?
I think it's going to be longs today. Yeah. It's going to be longs today by the looks of it. To 24.17. Doesn't like it, does it? Doesn't play ball with me, this blazing. Oh, there you go. Went to 17 there.
Okay, I see you entered on that green candle. You might be doing okay on this one here.
No, not that one. This one here I entered on.
Oh, okay. Okay, so if you move the beginning of the box to that candle, that'll accurately reflect the trade. You just drag the whole box.
Okay.
See, there you go. And then you can extend the box, grab the right side and pull it out so you got some room. Just like that.
All right, so now the stop is at 43.7. So times the charm on this one. Just,
When you're sitting at an 8-1, you could do that 5 times and 6 times, and you'll still be way ahead.
yeah, that's what I mean by this fucking time of the day. Yeah, you can get your good little spots this time of the day, but you've got to deal with a lot of chop. Unless you want to put huge stops. Like I said, I hate putting huge stops. I'd rather just get little chunks taken, but sometimes like that you get that 5,000 cuts too. Don't worry. What are we at? 22.
You're still in the game here. And whenever you have a chance, try to see if you can expand that screen like we do in the top right. There we are.
Yep. That better?
That's what, yeah. That just helps the audience see what's going on.
No worries. I'm going to quickly look at something else for now as well. What are we at? So what do we got? Oil.
There you are. Now you're in profit.
Yep. Pretty much break even. All right. So what are we at now? We've got oil over here. Actually, what was I looking at before? Where's the S&P? Oh. Paying too much attention to the bloody NASDAQ. Too much attention to the bloody NASDAQ. That would have been a good one there. On the S&P. I had that order on just before I started the show. Well, just before the show, I put that on, and then I thought, no, I ended up taking it off. Why did I take it off? I had the order, it's right on the top of this line here. 6707, well, 6706 I had the order on. I would have got it, and the stop was 6715. Yeah, I would have survived by about 1 or 2 pips.
No, I see that.
Fucking NASDAQ, part of my language. The joys of trading. That NASDAQ gives it the shits, mate, sometimes. It's a prick of a thing. But all it is just you get the point so much. You get the point so much faster. That's all it is. That's why I stick to my NASDAQ. You know, but
I was gonna say, I was just gonna suggest, like, okay, so what I've noticed is that with very low time frame, very fast trading, I do find that I do better to just kind of stick to 1 or 2 things. That's why I got like 9 screens, so I don't have to flip between different screens. But if I'm just using one screen, one computer, I tend not to leave whatever I'm looking at. I just don't do it. And I know obviously today's different because I'm telling you, expand this, use this box. Like I'm taking you off of your normal flow. So you might not be able to have the same bandwidth as you usually do.
all good. Like I said, mate, we're here. We're doing live trading, so it is what it is. Concentrating, well, it is what it is, mate. You can't see everything. At the end of the day, we haven't got eyes to look at everything, so it is what it is. That's where you just put your orders in, I suppose.
Yeah, you could just go.
Yeah, I shouldn't have taken it off. That's the thing. Why I took it off, I don't know, mate. Yeah, well, it's definitely not there because it already went through it anyway. Yeah, no, it's definitely not there. I definitely took it off. Why did I take it off? Oh well, it's what it is. I'm going to reduce this NASDAQ trade as well. I don't like the looks of it. It's going to be longs today by the looks of it again. Yeah, of course it is. Yes, of course. Oh, still in it by hair. Still in it by hair. Oh, I've already started reducing anyway. This NASDAQ is not.
Are you looking at? Are you looking at your NASDAQ trade at this point? Okay, which one?
Yeah, I've got the NASDAQ. I've got the Nasdaq on my way to trade. So there you go. I'll go back to a window here. Just survived by one little hair. Yeah, here we go. Not too much longer. By the looks of it. I've got my stop at 24,943.7.
Macumba was asking what the target is.
The target
It's
it's on the daily. It's going to take a while. Okay, back to the daily. That's just roughly. I think it was 24,600 and.
I think Macumba's asking about the USDJPY.
Oh, USDJPY.
Yeah, I'll say my target. Go ahead.
Your target.
My target for USDJPY is actually 150.035. It's not all the way down past, because if you go down to 149.23, you're starting to go against structure. So I cut it off at 150.035. Macumba, to answer your question.
What did you say? 150.035.
Yeah, I'll throw it on the screen so everybody can see it real quick. So you can see my trade here. So right now it's 150.104. I got 150.035 in the bottom here. That's my target. If Macumba was just kind of asking where that was, I don't know if he's asking me or you, but that's my target on it. Let me throw you back.
No, all good, mate. Yeah, I got confused there. I thought you said 151. I was about to say you're just about to hit it now.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be winning right now. Like I'd be almost out of the trade.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, my Nasdaq back in the game again. Oh, Nasdaq. That's Nasdaq for you. Up and down like a yo-yo. Jeez. I need a drink after this.
Yeah.
Why
don't we call it a day? You know, we're pretty much at about an hour and a half in. You know, so, and maybe we can give you a chance to make some money without trying to have to demonstrate everything to the audience. And you know, thank you all for watching. And as you can see, you know, Mick and I have done this. I think it's like our third time doing it, so we're kind of getting used to some of the tools that we use for live trading, because the whole idea with live trading is for people to be able to see what we're doing. So using the box, expanding the screen, these are things that Mick is not used to doing. And when I ask you to do them, it might be taking you off your trading game. So there's kind of a bit of you know, calibration that goes on, but it's good. I mean, I've watched Mick trade. You know what you're doing. We're just having some bad bounces on the NASDAQ today. JPY trade, I'll throw up on the screen briefly here. Like I just took it off, but I'll throw it back on. But everybody can see it's nicely in a profit. I'm probably at about a 40% profit right now. So, you know, that's beautiful. We'll come back and do this again, provided that Miko still wants to. Thank you all for watching.
I'm happy to do this every week if you like it.
Say again?
I'm happy to do this every week if you like. Like I said, I'm here trading anyway, so no worries for me. Right? Yeah, no worries. And just in regards to that JPY trade, yeah, you're pretty much in the same area that I got here as well. Yeah, 150, bottom of the Kumo is 150.20. You're pretty much in that zone.
Yeah, you can see it's stair-stepping down through the Kumo. And it's actually, it's stair-stepping down through a pretty thick part of the Kumo too, which is remarkable. But again, you know, the way I'm doing it is I do some pretty high time frame moves. So it can, if you're looking at a low time frame screen, it can crush right through a green Kumo, no problem.
And then exactly. I'm on 3 hour here. This is 3 hour.
Say again?
This is the 3 hour chart that I'm looking at.
You 3 hour, okay.
Yeah, on the 3 hour. Yeah, on the 3 hour, it basically says the bottom of the Kumo as well is 150.20.
Okay,
yeah,
so your target is pretty close to mine, but there's actually some minor structure sitting at 150.25. So 150.30, or there's a fib level right at 150.43. So there, I mean, I probably would at least be stopped to even by the time it gets to that area. Then of course, what I have are algorithmic exits. So if the charts do something in particular, then I'm out the trade. You know, so I'm able to manage it that way as well. And I've even one of my algos is hard coded to do that. The algo you see, let me throw my stuff up here. So the algo, I'm not using this algo at the moment, but that little red tab, it's hard to see. Let me clean the screen up. Give me just one moment. So let's hide this.
That Nasdaq's starting to go for it now. That's good. I survived by the hair on my nuts there. And yeah, it's starting to go
So
for it. Fuck about time.
this arrow right
Right,
there
hopefully.
is one of my algos. And if that were to enter, which I have it coded to automatically trade if I really wanted to, it has automatic exits that are based on algorithmic exits. So I don't even need to set targets on this one. It'll just take me out the trade before I get into too much trouble. So that's kind of the end goal over at Algo Factory for those who want to do indicator-based trading, is to be able to code it and even code your exits so that you can just set and forget. It's pretty cool stuff. Let me flip over back to Mick so we can see what he's seeing. Are you in this trade?
Yeah, I'm still in the Nasdaq. That's what I mean by I survived by the hair of my nuts on that one, by literally one pick. And yeah, back in the game. Let's see if it fucking rejects the box now. Here's the box. Let's see if it rejects off it. There you go. That's the line of the box there.
Yeah, it's rejected.
Come on. Fucking
That's
come
beautiful,
on.
man. There you
Let's
go.
see, there you go. Now I can
Stretch
start getting the wind back
that
from
box
those
out to the right, will you?
I'll leave it like this for now. We're about to close it out anyway. So at least I can see what I'm doing. I can get back to my usual trading stuff.
We'll wait for you to close it out. We'll stay on the show before we close it out.
No, that's right. You got things to do anyway, and plus
No. We definitely want the audience to see a closeout.
What, close the trade out?
Whenever you're ready, though. Don't do it till you're ready.
Oh no! I'm going to sit on this now.
You let that run.
I got my take profit there. I'm going to let it run, but no, I'll be trading for about another probably hour tonight. So I'm going to see what happens for the next hour. We're going to put my stop in and write it down from there, bar by bar, basically.
Nice, man. Well, once you do that, can you send me a screenshot of how, like, wherever you exit, whatever that might be?
Wherever I got out.
Yeah, you know how to do screenshot on trading.
Okay,
right?
I'll let you know when. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So in this case, in the next hour, as the trade kind of plays out for you, if you decide to close it out, wherever that might be, if you could take a screenshot and fire that off to me, we'd love to be able to show people how you won that trade.
Okay, no dramas. All right, well done.
That's lovely, man. Look at the JPY, but we'll flip over to my JPY real quick here. Give me just a moment. We'll flip back to yours. Yeah, look, everyone's okay. So remember how I told you JPY and NASDAQ tend to run in the same direction? So JPY is about a 1-to-1 right now. So if I had put in, whatever, $500, right now I'd be ahead about $510. So I've already doubled my money on this JPY trade. So it is at the point now where, should I care to, not the worst idea to put a stop to entry. So just, making it such that if price goes against me in this direction, I don't lose any money, right? But if it continues to go in my direction, then I've won. And there is a certain point at which I would actually take money off this trade. And that's, there are two ways to do that. I have algorithmically set, and I also have just some structural areas. If you're following me for any amount of time, you could probably see that structural area on the screen at which I would take off at least half of this trade. And I'll just tell you, it's right here, right about there. It's not a bad place to just swipe half your money off. It's right at this fib level right here. Let me lock that fib in so I don't move it again. We'll lock it. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and move my stop to entry on this trade because I'm nicely in a profit. I do, like Mick, I have it on a different screen because the screen I use actually doesn't translate over. I don't have like an API or anything. It's P&L. Let's see what my entry is. 151, 151.152. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's cancel that. I'm just going to do it a different way. Give me one moment. Apologies.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, stop is now basically at the fill price for me. So where the green meets the red, I've moved my stop. I have no more risk. This trade is forever in profit. I'm going to either take a very slight profit if price comes back up against me. And if it does, if price comes back up against me like this, and it still wants to head down, I could just enter the trade again, right? But at this point, what I've done is I've cut this trade off so that if it goes against me, I'm out of the trade. And then if it continues against me, which it very well could, then I'm not getting, more loss. I'm out of the trade and it's game over. Now, if this heads down in this direction right here, I will have taken half of the money out of this trade, and I will also be moving my stop further into profit. So it'll be forever in profit, basically. So that's how this trade works. And even though I'm not doing the quick scalps like Mick is doing, I'm able to pull money out of the market just on a daily basis like this. You know, it might not exit out. It might not close out until, you know, tonight or maybe later today, whatever the case may be. But if you can win, you know, on average 3 or 4 trades a week, I mean, you can make a lot of money doing that. So there's no need to do like Mick is doing and to sit there and you know, be right on the machine. But either way, these things work. I got Mick's trade back up on the screen right now, and you've got your stop loss working for you. Did you go stop to even, or are you still in the trade?
Nah, still in it, but I've just reduced it as I went past my break even. I just reduced it again. But yeah, I could already tell. I was looking at the S&P while I was waiting. I thought it was going to turn around. I looked at the S&P, basically hit the bottom of the box. And I thought, yeah, bet you it's going to bounce back up, and it's bouncing back up. So yeah, I presumed Nasdaq was going to do the same. Time I got to it, it's already starting to bounce up. I think it's one of those days. It's one of those days you grab the computer and smash it on the fucking floor.
And that does happen. You know what? I will say that it's an atypical day because we have the government shutdown, and there's always going to be something that's going to mess with trading. But what the government shutdown has done is, look, today was supposed to be CPI, one of the biggest news days of the month, where the data comes out for consumer price inflation, right? Or consumer price index, which is an inflation metric in the US. And that dictates a lot of forward guidance in the market, which means that people will start to put money in or take it out or whatever, what have you. And the market will make some serious moves on a day like this. During the government shutdown, which has been going on for, 10 days ish, you will find that this data just doesn't come out because the government agencies that put that data together are not working right now. So that being the case, you get a bit more natural movement in the market. The volatility tends to even out over a period of time. So you don't get these spurts and then these like deaths. You just get nice natural market movement. And if I could have it this way all the time, I would. But what is it? What do we like to say? Wish in one hand and crap in the other. See which one fills up first, right?
Yep. No, I just got stopped out. Yeah, okay. It's smoko time. Smoko time for me, mate. I'm a smoker. I need a fucking smoke.
Well, hey, man, tis what it is, and we'll come back and do it again. So thank you all for watching. I'm going to go ahead and close out the stream right now, and then Mick and I can talk in the background. And we will be back on Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. EST, and then I will be putting out Monday I may or may not do a video. I have a family thing going on Monday. I might choose to put it out on Sunday instead or Tuesday, but the weekly video is going to be, possibly not at the same time. So either way, thanks for watching. Catch you later. Don't forget there is a link in the description where I made a video where I actually build an algo. I turn it into code, and then I show you how to use certain tools, and those tools can enable you to attach your algo to your broker. You can trade for you where you're not even watching. So again, Mick, anything you want to add before we hop off here?
Nah, all good. I suppose just be patient. I suppose that's all you can do. Trading's trading. You get your days that are good, you get your days that are bad, and yeah, it is what it is. I suppose. Sometimes I prefer the sit and hold, but scalping days are scalping days. You get, like I said, you get your good days and your bad days. And today for me is one of those bad days. Well, yes and no. We've had some good little trades. Just I didn't take it. I suppose I didn't take the profit when I could have taken it. But it is what it is. Part of the show. So yeah, it is what it is. Like I've had some good ones. But I can't complain. Like even today, it's one of those days. Obviously, I got screwed on silver today because of the spread. Basically, the spread went from six points to 10 points, at 15 points at one stage. I got done on the spread. Basically, I had an order at 52.80 earlier today. This is during the European session. I put that order on this morning. Yeah, it got hit. roughly in the European session, and had to stop at 52.50. The spread took me out basically, so 45. That's because it was a huge spread. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got taken out. But I had a look at the spread at that time. Yeah, the spread was 15 points. So basically got taken out by the spread pretty much. And now
Yeah,
it's at
spreads are
53.
spreads can be evil. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes if you get a lot of volatility, then you might lose the spread a little bit, and that's just part of the game, though. I mean, the spread can actually save you in
Yeah,
certain
exactly.
circumstances as well, so it's not all a bad thing. It just is what it is, right?
Exactly. I said it to my missus today, and like we're just about to go out for lunch and grab some bits and pieces and stuff. And I was like, oh, should I chuck this bloody silver trade on? I said, the spread's huge already. I said, I'm more than likely I'm going to get taken out by the spread. Fair enough. I did get taken out by the spread. So, but whatever. It is what it is.
That's just part of the game.
Yeah, no, Awanda's generally pretty good. Well, this is before this madness with silver started. Before all this madness with silver started, mate, the spread was quite consistent. Literally 2-3 points. Well, 2-3 cents. That was it. It was consistent at 2 to 3 cents, even sometimes 1 cent. Now it's just blowing out all throughout the day. It's just blowing out.
Part of the reason there is that you have a lot of people who are trying to get physical silver, and so you have something called backwardation, where normally it costs more to hold like you're trading CFDs, certificate forward deposit, I think it's called, or I forget what CFD stands for, but it's essentially.
I'm not sure. Yep.
So it's essentially like you're taking a position in silver, but it's a paper trade. Like you're not actually getting silver delivery. So in that case, normally that's going to cost you a little bit more money because you're paying for the silver plus you're paying to borrow the money to take the trade over a 30-day period. You're paying basically the VIG. So now people want physical, and they want it so much that they're willing to pay more than what you would normally pay on an exchange. So you have something that's the opposite of normal, and it's called backwardation. It should cost you less to buy spot, and when you're not counting the premiums, and to get your spot delivered. It should cost you less than it does to actually take a position on a chart, on a paper trade. But because people want their silver so bad, especially with the big dogs, we're talking and this gets kind of a complicated. It's a complex story to tell, but large orders right now are hard to find. It's hard to fill large orders, and because of that, your large traders are now going to pay more to get those large orders than they would to take a paper trade because they want their physical. So because it costs more to take physical, that's called backwardation, and we're there right now. So because of that, I think what you're seeing are two things. You're getting more volatility on the paper trade, which will cause spreads to blow out, and you're getting less volume on the paper trades than you normally would, which will definitely cause spreads to blow out. And that's probably why you're dealing with some abnormally wide spreads on that. That's my guess. Just knowing how things work.
I think that is just a lot less volatility and stuff like that. Well, more volatility, sorry. Yeah, getting wild spreads. So I think I won't be putting any limit orders on my silver anymore unless I'm watching it. And that's it. It's the only time I'm going to do it now. Unless I'm on in front of the screen, putting the order on myself, I won't be touching it. This is basically where I got stopped out right here as we're talking. But yeah, doesn't matter. I think you got to get on to your show anyway because you got another show coming up in 30 minutes. I think it is for you.
I do. Stand by though. You and I'll chat a little bit at the end here. So thank you all for watching. We will see you on Tuesday, and I will. Like I say, I will come back with the weekly show. Might be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It all depends. Thanks for watching. See ya.